Hola! We are going to be studying about los Estados Unidos today. So, open up your libro or your virtual libro to page 306 and 307 in the Avancemos 2 textbook. Looks like that. And we are going to start, so take good notes. Make sure you have papel and something to write with. All right, so what do we need to know about los Estados Unidos? First of all, we need to know where it's located. It is located in North America. All right, what else do we need to know in our notes? We need to know that the Hispanic population in the United States is nearly 50 million or more. We need to know that the city with the highest Latino population is Los Angeles. We need to know that the city, okay, let me break this down, okay, because I'm gonna break it down into two parts. So it might seem a little bit confusing, but then I'm gonna clarify. Okay, the city with the highest Latino population in terms of numbers is actually New York City. The city with the highest Latino population in terms of percentage is Los Angeles. Okay, so what does that mean? Los Angeles is clearly not as populated as New York City. However, Los Angeles, out of the number of people that it has the highest percentage of Latino people living within its city walls. So its percentage is higher. But New York, just in general, has the highest number of people and the highest number of Latino people living in one city in the United States. Okay, let's talk about food. Now this one is actually, I like to think, a no-brainer in terms of what we need to know for notes. Okay, the reality is this: Latino food is so ingrained into U.S. culture that we need no translation. So just think about this for a minute. When I say these words, what comes to mind? Fajitas, burritos, quesadilla, nachos, enchilada, tacos. Do you know of an English translation for any of those words? No, you don't, because there isn't one. We don't need one. When you say the word itself, everybody knows what you're talking about, because in their mind, they've got a picture of what that is. They have they know what the flavor tastes like. They know what the actual item tastes like. They already know what it is, so they don't need an English translation. So when you say quesadilla, everybody knows. When you say taco, everybody's like, yep, I already know what that is too. That's how ingrained Latino food is into the U.S. culture. All right, let's talk about famous people. Now, your book wants to give you some people that I'm not sure if you'll know. Luis Alvarez, he's a physicist. Cesar Chavez, you should know, an activist. Ellen Ochoa, first Latino astronaut into space, first female Latina astronaut into space. Luis Valdez, director. There are probably several that you can think of. J-Lo, Latina American. She's actually specifically Puerto Rican American. And we can go on and on and on. You could probably think of 1,000 more people. All right, let's go to 307 and see what your book is talking about over there. It has a beautiful, lovely picture at the top of 307. And it's talking about the name of Los Angeles. And there is a beautiful mural. And in the painting that was painted by Judith Hernandez in 1982, it's called Recuerdos de ayer, sueños de mañana. It's like saying memories of yesterday, dreams of tomorrow. And it's kind of got the city of Los Angeles from the beginning to now, and just different things in the mural. It's quite a beautiful mural, so hopefully you'll check that out on page 307. All right, it also has a section on Mexican celebrations. we celebrate many Mexican American holidays, or just Mexican holidays in general. Things like Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. You may not celebrate the traditional meaning of Day of the Dead, but you have been to places where they are celebrating it. Or your town, our town in particular, actually has an entire festival that celebrates Dia de los Muertos downtown, where they do face painting, and they try to do a lot of the cultural things like offering, having ofrenda and having the flowers, and try to have some of the symbolism. But towns all over the U.S. have just that. And last but not least, it talks about Latinos in Hollywood. There are many actors, directors, from many Latino countries or just of Hispanic origin in Hollywood today. There are many. I mean, we could sit here and we could talk for hours about all the Latino superstars that we know and love. So, more importantly, you might be asking yourself, why is chapter 6 in this Spanish textbook? Why is it about the United States? Aren't we supposed to be learning about Spanish-speaking countries? Guys, did you know that the United States has one of the highest numbers of Spanish speakers of any other country in the world? That's a fact. And Spanish is not even the official language of the United States. So, because of this fact, your book has decided that it cannot underscore, it cannot not talk about the importance of Latinos in the United States, because there are so many and there's so much wonderful things that's taking place that is coming out of the Latino community. And so your entire book, this entire chapter, is about just that. And you'll find that the culture in the United States has a lot of depth and a lot of intertwined blendings of Latino culture, probably more than you actually thought. So, it's just a little bit about Unit 6-1. And so I hope you enjoy as we go through Los Estados Unidos, which is Spanish for the United States.